Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I believe it's Wednesday. Days start to run together here after a while. But we are on the I Love Comics channel to do another cover ranking stream. And this time it is Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider covers. And with me tonight are two Ghost Rider experts, the real Dr. VENKMAN. How are you, Dr. V?
I'm doing great. I love that PBS show, Ghost Rider.
Yes, Ghost Rider. Oh God, did you actually ever watch any of those episodes?
I watched a few episodes when I was bored when I was a kid. And I was just like, what is this? I'm like, it was so dumb. And like, I was like, the computers were ancient computers.
Well, yeah, because it was like either late 80s, early 90s, I think.
I know. It's like
back for later again.
Like that show violated everything your parents told you. Don't talk to strangers online. Who's this? I'm not a creepy old man talking to kids. I'm a ghost.
Yeah. And then our other expert on all things comics, Eric Breen. How are you, Eric?
I prefer people that write their own material.
I see
okay, so not Dan Slott.
Yeah.
No, that's. Thank you, LK, for making me 1 for 2 there.
I get jokes sometimes, but yeah, thanks everybody for joining us here once again. If this is your first time here with our ranking stream, we go through covers of various comic book titles, take a look at them, and rank them on how we see them in terms of art, what it does in terms of would you pick this up if you saw it on the spinner rack, things like that. Whatever your criteria is, we grade these on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being god awful, and as you can see here, all the way up. 6 is average, all the way up to 10, which is super awesome. And please use whole numbers. We don't do fractions here. Or decimal points. And of course,
Kelly Sue doesn't either.
Also, if it's your first time here, it's not too late to leave.
Oh God, yeah, it's gonna be that kind of night. And of course, if you would like to see more of this type of content, and you can always click like and subscribe. Click that bell for notification. Help us out as we get approved here on the YouTube algorithm. Tell your friends if they're comic book fans as well. And if you'd like to help support the channel, of course, there's always the budget comic auction on Saturdays, starting around 8 o'clock Eastern. But you can also drop $1 in the Ko-Fi bin, and the address is there. It's ko-fi.com/Englantine from I Love Comics. So anything else I forgot to add there, VENKMAN?
This is a drinking game, too. Every time you see a 7, you take a shot.
Well,
I don't know. There shouldn't be anything lower than a 9 tonight. These are all awesome covers.
Yeah. And last thing here is if you've logged on here in the chat, you will see a poll that is up for a future comic stream or comic cover rating stream. And we've got 4 choices. We have Nightwing, which would be the first volume 1 through 12. We have New Mutants, again, would be volume 1 through 12. The Wally West Flash era. And last, and I think I'll be shocked if it gets more than 1 vote, the Jared Stevens era of Dr. Fate.
It got 2.
Oh, good God. Why? But, so yeah. So
just to piss off Dalton.
What?
Just to piss off Dalton.
Wait. There's a Jared Stevens? Let me look.
Yeah. So the Jared Stevens era of Dr. Fate, not one of the more well-regarded eras. And Ryan saying, I will vote how I want to tonight. If I don't like the cover, I'll give it an honest score. If it hits mess status, so be it. I guess all the times where we've kind of lightly kidded there, Maranya, about her being Mrs. 9 and 10s is taking its toll. So
right. Now it has 3 votes.
Oh, good God. Please stop. Please stop. Because I remember actually, I think I bought Fate #1 and was like, what is this? But
it's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
More interesting than Dr. Fate usually was.
Yeah.
So, But with that, I think we are ready to go. So let me get the start up here. And we are going to start off with issue number 1 of Ghost Rider. And by luck of the draw, it's RDV that gets to start off our ranking. So, Venkman, what do you think of issue number 1?
Oh, it's got a guy on a motorcycle. He's got a flaming skull. He's wanted dead or alive. He's obviously gonna start listening to Bon Jovi as he drives his Iron Steel. Not only that, we have an explosion. We have Irish cops. You know, the one cop is so blown away, his hat's flying off. it is, and you even got in the little box up there, you got him jumping through the paper. That's really cool. This is a 10.
Okay. Eric.
Okay, little advice for the cops. If he's listening to Bon Jovi, just wait till it puts him to sleep and he crashes the bike and you can just go cuff him and be on with your evening.
Or there should be a sign that says slippery when wet.
Oh, no.
One of those nights.
It was a 10 when we saw this a couple weeks ago. It's still a 10.
Still a 10. All right. Yeah. Well, I've been a harsh grader lately, and I don't usually like to start out giving 10s, but doggone it, this is a 10 cover from the elements that you talked about, Venkman. Also, I love the way that he's almost popping out of the cover. We've got it. We've got a word blurb, but it doesn't interfere. I love the little thing there. I mean, just the little visual joke there, do not cross, and the way that the two pieces of the wood there, the sign, formed a cross. This is just awesome. I can't not give this a 10. So, all right, let's see what we've got from the chat here. And again, if you're catching this afterwards, please go ahead and leave your rankings in the comments. We will add those to our totals and do an update future video here. So let's see who we've got in the chat so far tonight. Jackson Roykirk, he's here and gives it a 10. Innis, guys, I'm not going to honor that with a response because I don't want Maranya to hurt me. Dark Admiral, March here, welcome. He gives it a 10 as well. Maranya saying, didn't we already see this in the Steranko covers? I call shenanigans for the repeat. Well, sometimes. No,
it wasn't Steranko. This is a Gil Kane cover. When we did either 70s horror, 70s number ones or something, that's what we had it on before.
Okay. Yeah. So minor shenanigans. Eddie Raymond's here and he says, oh, heck yeah, this is a 10. It's iconic. It is a motorcycle on fire. Oh, but not everybody's thinks this is a 10. Ethereal Dragon and Ice Tops both come in with 9s. Comics and Cartoons and Comic Studio says that's a 10, as does MKF. And let's see, Dark Admiral is agreeing that Ghost Rider would never listen to Bon Jovi. Joe is giving it a 9, but he does say this is how you do in issue number 1. Eric and Boyd is here tonight. He gives it a 10 as well. Eddie is agreeing, saying one of the coolest supernatural characters. Yeah, definitely a great supernatural type character. Excuse me, In a Disguise, coming in with an 8, saying lots of action and dynamic colors, but some of the detail, especially the cop perspectives, are way too off for him. And then Maranya comes in saying this is a well-rendered cycle. The police shooting Ghost Rider sets the tone of the book. This is a 10 for me. And then in parentheses says, don't expect a lot of these tonight for me. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see how the night goes here.
We never do. We expect
let's see. Maranya is also calling out In Disguise, saying, for the record, I do not fudge my scores. I call them as I see them. And yeah, Ghost Rider, he could be from New Jersey. You never know. But with that, we'll go ahead and put the stop sign up. And then, unlike England team, who does his weird cross-off math, I actually like to do math. So what we have so far, we've got 1 8, we have 3 9s, and we have 10 10s. And that is going to give us a 9.6. And that is going to land issue number 1 as a 10, because we round up anything 9.5 or 8.5 or higher, rounds up to the next number. Therefore, it is a 10. I decree it. And we are underway. And Dan Alvin came in here late. Oh, he gives it a 9. I don't think that's going to impact things here, but we'll just double check. We'll add that. Divide by 15. No, 9.6. It's still a 10. So there we go. And we're moving on to issue number 2. And Eric Breen will get to start this one.
Oh, Satan with a 6-pack.
He has been working out. He's been doing the LeBron James workout, obviously.
That's Spider-Man.
What is it? What is that? Where you hold a book on the first page forever?
Well, and that somehow magically being 40 years old and playing as well as a 20-year-old. Yeah. Not that I am alleging anything at all. Let it be said here live on this stream. I am not alleging that LeBron James is taking anything or has done anything that would skirt any illegal or moral gray areas. But sorry, Eric, please go on.
No, I said it perished the thought. I'm going to go 9.
9, okay. Yeah, it's not quite as good as the last one, and so I think I'm going to join you with a 9. There are a lot of really neat things, though, still to see with it. Again, this is one of those things where you look at modern comics. I wish they would really fix their trade dress. You know, the Ghost Rider here is such a neat typeface and neat trade dress that really makes the comic stand out.
I wish they'd go back to covers that actually told you what was going on inside.
Well, there is that too, you know. But you know, the whales out there like their pinups, and that's what they're giving them. So with that, we got 2 9s here so far. VENKMAN, what do you think?
Somebody was asked if that was Black Panther. That's Red Panther. With Spider-Man mask and eyes, you know, yeah, it's just, yeah. This reminds you of the Tubes. Step right up. She's a beauty. Yes, one of the many girls. Guys, step right up and shake hands with Satan.
She's 1 in a million. Oh,
yeah. So, yeah, honestly, it's just kind of weird for Ghost Rider because he has human hands or gloves on or something.
Yeah,
because normally he has skeleton hands.
Yeah, well, they're still figuring out. Plus, I mean, kind of the way, you know, the other thing that kind of kept me from making it a 10 is that the profile on his skull face is kind of weird looking. But
doesn't he look like Dead Man?
Yeah, it definitely makes him look like he's about 80.
Well, he's still cruising. He's immortal.
Yeah.
He's a Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Good thing he's in a wheelchair.
Yep. What's your score?
Well, his bike fell over to the left. He's falling towards the screen. That's kind of cool. The Spider-Man hands on the devil is just kind of weird. And I guess they're saying that Satan looks normal instead of looking creepy.
Yeah.
I guess because they had the code, so they couldn't make him looking. I'm gonna give it a 6. It is just a
6. Okay.
It's because there's just so much with this. That's supposed to be the devil or whatever. I mean, the girl looks nice, but that's about it, though.
Okay. Yeah. So this isn't Mephisto, Eric.
No.
Okay. Because whenever I think of, like, you know, hellish bleeder, I think of Mephisto. That's the one. That's always my kind of go-to. And let's check out what the chat is doing here. And Sky, hey, thought we were not using decimal points. Well, no, we rank on whole numbers, but when I add it all up and divide by the number of votes, decimal points do come into play. And let's see, Dark Admiral gives it a 10. And let's see, Joe is asking, what do we think of the Ghost Rider movie? Not great, has some cool stuff in it. I like the first one. The second one, I don't think holds up as well. There's only been 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, Ice Toss, Ethereal Dragon, and Eric and Boyd all come in with 10s. Dan Alvin gives it a 7. In His Guys gives it a 9 and asks who the red guy is. I think we answered that. Black Spiders, welcome. He also gives it a 9. Jackson Roy Kirk gives it a 9. And Ghost Rider, Satan, and somebody I dated long ago. Oh, there might be a story in there somewhere. Joe comes in and gives it a 7. And Black Spider saying this cover looks fire. Well, I thought cover 1 looked fire, but let's see. Back on Garuda says, well, Eric, if they were telling you what was going on inside, you wouldn't buy it. That is
a good point.
Yeah. And I do love how on kind of the latest comic book videos that your boy Zach, Richard Meyer's been doing, he has just been out and out like, I'm not supporting you. I'm not spending 1 penny. If I want to go check this out, I'm flying the pirate flag. It is awesome. Because he was talking about on the latest doing the Uncanny X-Men #1 video. And he's like, I'm not giving you 1 cent. If I'm going to do this, I don't do a pirate site.
But he also said it was a good book, and
yeah, he's got his taste, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I haven't read #1 yet. I read the preview. The preview was fine, but definitely had some progressive nonsense in it. And as I said,
the X-Men one.
Gail Simone is already trying to do Carol Core Volume 2 with that.
She's doing virtue signaling.
M. Hansig nonsense.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
all over again.
It's just kind of weird because the Hansig they're doing is pretty much the Spider-Man flip.
Yeah. So let's see. Glenzer gives it a 10. Yeah. Or if you're a college football fan, it's the upside down hook 'em horns from the University of Texas, which ask any Longhorn fan and you do that in front of them, they'll beat you up. Let's see. Maranya saying Ghost Rider #2. Wow, this is generally a cool, hot cover. Trade dress integrated well into the design. Cover sells the book, which is what a good cover should do. Score another 10, and she is shocked. And I did mention Glenzer did give it a 10.
I too am shocked. Another 10. What? From Maranya?
Yeah.
What?
Eddie says the Ghost Rider got almost scared unexpectedly and gives it an 8. And let's see. Anna Skies is asking, are all these covers from the same artist? If not, is it possible to name the artist?
It's Gil Kane, and most of them are. I'm not sure if all of them are, but
if you do want to know, I recommend going to mycomicshop.com. They do a really good job of listing, who all the various creative people are on the books. MKF says all go 8. And they're as accurate as they can be because they're trying to sell you the comic book. So let's see. Back on reviews saying, oh, what happened to England Teen? Did RDV finally usurp him and banish him to a dark realm from which he must quest home to reclaim his channel? No, he's just spending tonight with family.
Also, how you confuse me with Dalton? Dalton has the magic touch.
Bad Comic follows up and says, I, for one, welcome RDV's Reign of Terror. Yes, well, we'll see how you feel an hour from now. Let's see. Oh, Maranya answered BCR as well. People talking about the Ghost Rider movies. And this guy's saying, I'm avoiding memes just because Gail's doing it. Very fair enough. And I'll be avoiding most of them except for maybe just laughing at them from time to time.
What? I can say the only good thing about that, and this is a stretch of that Gail Simone X-Men run, is Gambit and Rogue actually like being lovey-dovey. Now, some people might be like, oh, it's just really gross. I don't need to see that. But it's like, it's nice to see the actual couple be happy, and
that
not
is rare in Marvel. Yeah, that is definitely rare in Marvel.
And it's a heterosexual couple too.
Yeah.
No.
So our final tally here thus far, we've got it 1 6, 2 7s, 2 8s, 5 9s, and 6 10s.
Also,
so
also it's tying into the Doom Sorcerer Supreme storyline too.
Yeah, I flipped through Blood Hunt #5, and yeah. But anyways, you're getting back to good stuff. Ghost Rider #2 comes out to an 8.8, which puts it into a 9 category. So,
well, now Gail's not an evil person. She's a cat lady. That's a difference.
who? Gail?
Yeah.
Or I should say specifically Gail Simone.
And is she a cat person or is she a dog person? I can't remember. I think she's a dog person.
Does it matter? Does it really matter?
Well, if she was a cat lady, explains why that's why she's writing in the way she is.
Yeah, she looks like a cat lady. So, all right, moving on. Issue #3, and is he alive or is he dead? We've got Ghost Rider, and it's hell on wheels when Johnny Blaze conjures up a sensational new cycle. Okay, key jangling, folks.
There you
We've
go.
got a key issue, a new cycle.
He's also got Sean Connery on the screen.
Oh, in Sean Connery doing Zardoz, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going for.
It's a cool cover. It is striking because you realize it takes you a second, but yeah, he's because we know that Johnny Blaze is a daredevil, so here he's jumping over a bunch of cars, in a performance, and some biker guy is shooting at him while he's got an unconscious girl in his lap.
His name's Dawson.
Yeah. So, but I don't think it's executed as well as what we've seen with the prior covers. I'm going to give this one an 8. Venkman.
Well, big improvement on the face.
True.
It looks more horrific, and I like the. I do actually like the Evil Knievel, and I like the new motorcycle stuff. Although, I'm still torn because the Nicolas Cage movie, whether you guys like it or not, that when the bike actually transforms too, I thought that was really cool. So I'm not sure if this bike transform is just a normal bike and it has flames. That's it. It's hard to tell on the spoke if it has a skull or it's just a normal thing. But yeah, it's hell on wheels. This isn't the AMC show I watched. Oh. A sensational news, wow, they just really love sensational at Marvel. Is he alive or is he dead? We don't know, but he's jumping 16 trucks, and he's gonna land on that guy and kill the woman too. I'll give it a 9.
A 9, okay.
It's because I do like the outfit. I do like he's actually wearing gloves now, so you don't have to worry about seeing the bony hands or whatever. In that first issue or second issue it was.
Yeah. Okay. Eric.
Well, I hate to do this to a JRSR cover, but 8's the best I can do as well.
Is it? Have you seen it? Wow, that's nice.
Okay.
I always forget he had time to do covers other than Spider-Man.
Let's see the updates here in chat. Backcomic reviews say get cat lady equals a childless weirdo, a dog lady equals childish weirdo with control issues. Let's see. Glenzer here giving it a 10. But then Joe says, this is only worth a 7. And so same with Ethereal Dragon and Bad Comic Reviews. And BCR notices a missed opportunity to have some more cleavage. Well, we are in the comics code period, so Ice Tops gives it an 8. Jackson comes in with a 7. Dark Admiral March Hare is a 9. Eric and Boyd and MK are both 9s. Eddie is a 6. He's saying here, scary characters, however, saving people, only good heart, not everyone. In Disguise is a 6 as well. Noting that cover design is a good idea, but the details seem way off, especially the biker guy face. Well, again, it's Sean Connery. Dan Alvin comes in with a 9. And let's see. Jackson notes that at this point, JR Sr. is pretty much doing covers or cover alterations only. And then, okay, Marani, where are you? Let's see. No, I did get Joe's vote. It's a 7, Eric. There's Maranya. This should have been a black background to set off the figures more. Great concept, not so great rendering. Ramita Junior and Senior cover. Fail for them. Score a hellish 7. All right. So the totals here that we have 2 6s this time. We've got 5 7s. We've got 3 8s. We've got 5 9s and just 1 10. So this one, oh, I'm sorry, Black Spiders comes in with a late 7. So I got that one in. And change, oops, cannot, yeah, I know, cannot divide by 0. Let's see, come on, get back there. There we go, 126 plus 7, divided by 17. Oh, no, still, despite that, it does come out to a 7.8, which means issue number 3 is an 8. So we're going down. Will issue number 4 wind up being a 7? All right. Let's see. I will put the stop sign up. And we will move on to issue number 4. And we're back around to the start. And that is you, Dr. Venkman.
All righty. Smash up, but it missed me. I'm home free. That's you think, writer. Oh no! Did they not check the slanted slope of the roof for shooter? Dang it! This stalks the demolition.
No comments.
I know.
No comment.
It's Elizabeth Warren. She's got a gun. Oh.
Yeah.
That stalks the demolition derby, man. That's kind of close to the demolition derby stuff. It's the 70s. Those were big. They still are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're as popular as they were back then, but man, he's got no tread on that tire. It's supposed to be motion line, but still, it looks like he's this guy like just a flat color.
Yeah. You know, on dirt, that's not going to help you out all that much.
Is that dirt? That looks like.
Well,
really,
I mean, typically, I mean, most demo derbies, at least ones I know, usually were like in a dirt track.
Yeah, or it's muddy because it's rain and stuff too. I said that, yeah. But that dirt looks very nice, like
compacted down, yeah.
like AstroTurf. I'll give it a 7 because like
7.
it's as much as I love the demo derby there, like, oh, you escaped this. He's like, and like, I'll just look to my left. I won't notice there's a guy with a gun. It's so cliche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Eric, what do you think?
My comic shop says this is John Romita Sr.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks more like a Gil Kane with Romita Sr. inking. Not that means anything.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I am going to go 9 on this.
A 9. All right. Yeah, I mean, I've got some questions. You don't normally see motorcycles in a demolition derby for number 1.
You usually don't see guns either, but
Well, depends what part of the country you're in. You know,
Fair
especially back in the 70s. You know, if this was anywhere around that.
You have lived in Arkansas, so fair enough.
Alrighty. Actually,
yeah.
So Marvel's website says it's Gil Kane.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe it is.
I'm smarter than my comic shop.
A lot of people are.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's Kane pencils and JR Senior doing the inking.
I'll look at 3 different sites and they're all like, no, it's this one. No, it's this one. It's just like, okay, whatever. At this point.
Yeah. Again, I think I'm going to join you with a 7. I mean, it's good for what it is. There's some interesting details in there, but it just doesn't carry a real oomph for me. So,
like, I want him to tell me more of the story. It's like, is he in demolition derby trying to stop somebody from like Tom and Sue inherit this from their grandfather, but they need the money, otherwise they're gonna.
Yeah,
lose
it's called Read the Comic.
I want that Knight Rider issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I do love the fact of the 1970s style TV episode title. Death stalks the demolition derby. I mean, this time,
Quinn Martin production.
This time on Ironside. Or maybe it'd be more of a canon.
Tonight's guest star, James Ferrantino.
Yes, America's guest star. Let's see what we've got in the chat. Ethereal Dragon comes in with a 7. Joe's asking, what is it, 73, 74? And he's curious, when did the Comics Code become a non-issue?
Pretty much 1971, when the drug issues from both companies came out. Then they let the horror titles come back.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Glenser comes in with 9. And
We're gonna start reading these on the channel. There's so much drama in this. Linda Littletrees puts some moves on Johnny, causing Roxanne to take some distance.
All right.
Say it ain't so.
You've got more content. You've got more content for the Geeky Puppet Show. Let's see. Eddie Singh Racing's Challenge. Black Spiders comes in with a 7 as well. Ice Tops comes in with a 9. Dark Admiral likes this one a lot. Gives it a 10. Bad Comic Reviews is a 9. MK is a 7. Eddie is giving a 9. And as BCR says, it must be Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And Truckosaurus is probably the backup feature. Let's see. Eric and Boyd gives it an 8. And Marani says this feels more like an interior panel than a true cover with the rendering style. Good concept. The rendering style turns me off. Another 7 for her. And let's see. Into the Skies. Wow. Wow. There we go. It's a 5. He says this cover seems a bit boring, bad background, and not much detail. All things that make up a 5.
You know what this looks like? A toy line advertisement.
Yeah, and as Dark Admiral notes, they wet the pit. That's why it's muddy. It's for safety purposes. Yeah. And so to try and limit how fast the cars can get up.
Well, it's funny because it's like driving through a farm field. Like there's like a foot deep of just them ripping up, tearing up the mud.
Yeah,
they're all stuck.
Yeah, and Jackson says a 7. He can't believe it's Romita. Well, good news. It's Gil Kane. So Dan Alvin gives it a 9.
Yeah.
And BCR again, you don't usually see guys with their head intentionally on fire either. Oh, that's true. So I guess, in the Marvel universe, motorcycles are okay in demolition derbies.
He's got a bad case of lice, okay?
People and their heads on fire. And yes, we're all nerds here. Maranya is noting 2001 was the end of the code for Marvel, and 2010 was the end of the code for DC and Archie. Yeah, but that's, the de jure, thing, de facto thing with 70s.
That was a real easy job for the last 30 years.
Yeah. Joe comes in with a 7 as well.
Hey, Joe, you got my rubber stamp? Yeah, here.
Yeah. Yeah. Mariah is noting, though, that they still submitted to the CCA until those years. So.
Yeah, but I doubt if I said I wonder how many times they submitted them and they didn't even get looked at.
Yeah,
hence the rubber stamp, because it just, like I said, it lost all its teeth in 71.
So, in other words, you're saying that the CCA is what DC and Marvel editors are today?
Yeah, non-existent.
Yeah, just rubber stamps. Yeah. All right, let's total things up here. And we have, starting out, we've got 1 5. We do have 9 7s. We have 1 8. We've got 6 9s and a lone 10. And that is going to make this one, drum roll please, it is a, let's see, yeah, here we go. 7.777, which means it is an 8.
Man, we really need one of these to end up being a 666.
Well, if you can figure that out.
Yeah, you said that to a guy whose last math teacher transferred him to home ec, so don't look to me.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of these, I'm looking at the future ones up here, and look, the monsters of the week, they might start getting scores that low.
All right. Well, we'll see. We're up to issue number 5.
Another Gil Kane.
And Eric, you get to start off issue number 5.
I'm gonna give this a 10 because I like the flaming window opens up and a guy just throws a fastball at him. Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Yep. So I guess that person there, it's not Death, but it's somebody called Roulette.
Yeah.
Even though he has the same skull face, basically.
No shortage of skull faces in this series.
Yeah. I was hoping it was more akin to like a modern version of the Seventh Seal, or the Seventh. Oh God, I always get them mixed up. There's a Seventh Seal and the Seventh Sign, and which one's the Ingmar Bergman one that I have a Criterion edition of?
Seventh Seal.
Seal. Thank you. Yeah.
Or what if it's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son?
Oh, there is that, and then that's where my speech impediment starts coming in. So let's not go there. With all of that wonderful talk, I do like this one more than the last couple. I'm going to give this a 9. Venkman.
I'm liking those flaming tires. You can see the tread on them again now. The back, like the smoke. I like the girl who's in the background because she's about to get hit by whatever that llama monster, what it is. What's it called? Yeah, this is great. He's got his hand out and he's just ready to touch him. Like he's gonna drag him if he can reach him. Yeah, this is great. This is a 10.
A 10. All right. Let's see if our chat agrees. Black Spider starts out the chat with an 8. And Eddie's saying, oh, is that Lady Death? No, I don't think so. It's somebody else. Glenzer comes in with a 10. And Joe and Ethereal Dragon both give it an 8. Ice Tops is a 7. Dark Admiral and BCR are 10s. And Black Spider saying, can't help but all these Ghost Rider covers are beautiful. Yes, they are. And Jackson saying, sure, that's not Death.
You're saying you said BCR. I think you said VCR. I'm like, who the hell is VCR?
No, I'm sure it's Mac Comic Reviews, B as in boy, CR, or Bravo, Bravo, Charlie, Romeo. Eric and Boyd, 10. Jackson Roykirk, a 9. What if he's the senator's son? Eddie giving it a 7. Maranya saying, this covers Silver Age silliness, pushes up the score way up. It does need a black background, but this is a Death Gamble 10. All right. Definitely getting a lot of 10s on this one. Into the Sky says it's an 8. It's a good cover, but does have some problems. Dan Alvin is a wow and a 9.
See, I thought it was VCR for Bendis comic reader.
Oh God, no. One Slick Dude giving it a 7. I'm guessing he's a motorcycle dude because he says the motorcycle designs leave a lot to be desired.
They're kind of blocky, but I like that they add like the second tailpipe on there, the back there. Like, okay, what's that gonna do? It looks cool. It doesn't. Yeah. It's not there's flame shooting out of it though, but like it's just yeah.
Well, again, it becomes anything where it's your hobby, something you really love.
I would say this: it's better than that stupid car that the other one drives.
Yeah, like I've become more critical of how artists draw guns and rifles and stuff.
I mean, like how often do you see a motorcycle in a main title by the guy who just rides a motorcycle?
Oh, that's true. Let's see. We have 3 7s, we have 4 8s, we have 3 9s, and we've got 7 10s. And that is going to give us an 8.8, which again means issue number 5, Gambling with Death, is going to get all the way up to a 9 and basically tie issue number 2 with the scoring average. So Ghost Rider really hanging in there with some really good scores here early on.
All right, back to the Ramita Senior cover.
Yeah. Good Lord, do you have a fan on there, RDV?
No.
Oh, okay. Because it sounds like you're in a boiler room or something.
I've been hearing a little bit of feedback on your microphone.
What?
So I've been hearing a little bit of feedback on your microphone a little bit, but that's, I don't know.
Oh. Well, I don't have it as close to me as I sometimes do. And let me see. A slightly different setup.
Oh. It sounds like Velcro. Every once in a while I hear it from your microphone. It's like, shh. So. I don't know. Well, anybody else? Is anybody else hearing noise, or is it just okay?
Yeah, it just could be me. I don't know. All right, issue number 6. I get to start this one off, and oh no, he's the most supernatural superhero of all, but he can't stop himself. It's happening again, just like every night. He's changing into something less than human, and only this girl knows the secret that can save him. So you've got 3 great faces that are or are not floating faces, depending on, or floating heads, depending on what your definitions are. I love the fact of Ghost Rider storming out of somewhere, knocking some poor guy over, probably taking another soul to hell with him, while he's got a panic-stricken woman that he's hanging on to. This one is a 10 for me. I like this one a lot. How about you, Venkman? Nope, hit the start.
I like that. He turns into George Stacy in the middle right there.
Well, yeah, it's almost like he goes from Johnny Storm to
George
C.
Well, you know what it is? George Russo's, George Bell started inking, and then all of a sudden, like, he just started getting older and older. The Menace of the Second Zodiac. Now I want to know about the first Zodiac.
Yeah.
Can't tell myself it's happening again, just like every night. I'm changing into something old, less than human. I'm a sports ball enthusiast. Oh, sorry. No, I like this. This is so kooky. It's a 10.
A 10. All right. Eric, are you going to kick your son for us?
I'm just good. I just have 4 words. F you, Venkman.
It can also be what's his name? Leslie Nielsen in the middle too.
10.
10. All right, it sweeps the panel. Let's see if the chat agrees. And Glenzer also gives it a 10. Ice Tops an 8. So it's not going to be unanimous. Eric and Boyd and Ethereal Dragon both come in with 9s, and Joe comes in with an 8, and Eddie comes in with a 9. In Disguise has a 9 as well. He really likes it. We'll look over. He's going to overlook how the woman's face is drawn. BCR gives it a 10. Maranya says floating head cover. See, I'm right. Ghost Rider taking out Clark Kent with the cycle. Details tell the story, sell the book. Good cover trait. Score a Zodiac 10. Dark Admiral Marcher gives it a 10 as well. Here come the 10s again. One Slick Dude, a 9. So much for the 10 route. Jackson Roykirk, an 8. And Ryan saying, for the record, the second Zodiac, if I'm not mistaken, we're all robots. MK saying it's a 10 because he likes how Ghost Rider just plows through that hole. No additional comment necessary there. No, you shouldn't have brought up cookies there, MK. And this guy is looking for some too. Dan Alvin comes in with a 9. And it looks like that's all the scores we have for right now. 10, 12, 14. Okay, 17 there. And our scoring total is as follows. We have 3 8s, we get 6 9s, and we get 8 10s this time around. And that is going to average out to, 9.3. And so, Unfortunately, it doesn't reach the heights of Tenville, but it does mean it's our highest rated 9 of the night. So far through 6 issues, we've got a 10, we've got 3 9s, and we've got 2 8s. We are halfway through. Yeah. So at the halfway mark, what do you think so far of these first 6, Venkman?
Well, okay, I think these are a great couple of first 6 issues. Back to you at the studio, Mr. Breen.
Well, gee willikers, those sure are some swell covers. Back to you, LK.
All right. Well, thank you, Venkman, and thank you, Eric. And welcome back, everybody. We're ready to start the second half here. Starting in the second half is issue number 7. And of course, it's going to be back to the top of the order. And real Dr. Venkman gets issue number 7.
It had to happen. Motorcycle versus motorcycle villain. Stunt master. Or sorry, stunt governor, for those who watch Geeky Puppet Show. Yeah, it just over the top and just kooky. I'm gonna give it a 9 though.
A 9. All right.
Yeah.
How about you, Eric?
I'm going to give it a 10 because you've got dueling cyclists and the children can learn about all the animals in the zoo.
Yes, you pull the string. This was a really special cover back in the day because it actually, the front there spun and had a little string attached to it, and you pulled the string and it would spin around and then it would stop and it would say
moo.
The cow says moo. The dog says woof, woof, woof. I hate those things.
And the cat says, feed me, Gail, don't eat me.
Well, more importantly, I think the cat's saying, the minute you pass out, I'm eating your face. But I digress. It's a pretty interesting cover. You do have the dueling cycles. I think the cycles are pretty well drawn. I'm going to go 9 with this one as well. All right, let's see if the chat's having as much fun here as we are. Dark Admiral gives it a 10. Let's see. Eddie has given us 3 motorcycle symbols there, and Ice Tops and Joe both come in with 8s. BCR, Glenzer, and Eric and Boyd all 9s. We get an 8 from Ethereal Dragon. Eric and Boyd saying yes. JW says Ree. And Maranya is saying dueling motorcycles. The Ring of Zodiac frames the focus. Great cover design. Score it a dueling 10. One Slick Dude and Down at Alvin give it 9s. And In Disguise is coming in with an 8. He's saying the Emerald Green and the Zodiac just does not go well with the rest of the cover. Personal opinion there. MK Ghost Rider Racing Flex.
Is Tony Isabel on this one too? It makes sense.
Yeah. Eddie Raymond is saying 10, and it's a bang and fire. And
I gotta look it up now. I wonder if it's Tony Isabella's on it.
Oh, I would be shocked if he was.
He is. He's the writer.
God.
With Ramita doing the cover.
Maybe that's where he got the idea.
Possibly. Yeah.
You mean he copied somebody else's stuff?
No, so maybe he got from the art on the motorcycle. Maybe that's where that maybe popped in his head for Black Lightning's costume.
Yeah. I know Ramita Senior is the one that did the
right
cover art. So,
yeah. No. So once again, we've got another tight grouping with 4 8s. We've got 7 9s, and we've got 5 10s.
A lot of good cover artists on here. Gil Kane. Ramita Senior, Gil Kane.
Yeah. So the Zodiac cover number 7 is a 9.1, so it'll slot right there into the 9s.
All right, guys. Now we got to skew these down so we start getting 6s.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, so far they've been pretty darn good. And we move on to issue number 8.
This might be our first 6.
And Eric, congratulations! You get to start off here in issue number 8. Go.
Oh, this is it.
You wanted to say it, but you can't bring yourself to do it.
Oh no, I can. So I'm looking around. So it's it's a 10.
It's a 10. Okay. I'm not sure I can go there with you. A, there's a lot going on. B, that I don't know if that's supposed to be the devil's disciple or some demon. It's not scary at all, and it's fine. Yeah, I'm going 6 on this. I'm sorry, VENKMAN.
Well, my pod knows what a good cover looks like. See those nostrils? This is Gil King glory. I love this. He just socked that guy in the face while he's popping a wheelie, and he's like not even missing a beat. He's got Alice Cooper down there in the red jacket yelling at him. You know, it is just great. This is a 10.
All right, and I hope in the future you don't call every person with a gaunt face with blacked out eyes.
No, this is a Gil King cover.
Yeah.
Or what do we go? I mean, the guy down there.
Yeah,
no, that's just a dig angle team because we had the Alice Cooper cover tonight.
All right. Well, let's see which direction the chat goes in. Glenzer comes in with a 9. We've got Ethereal Dragon with an 8. Let's see. BCR has a 10. He joins you guys. Ice Tops is a 9, and Joe is an 8. And Dark Admiral is a 10. MK is saying, I'm going to go an 8 here. And Maranya is saying, appropriately chaotic cover. Could have benefited from a black background. She's really big on those black backgrounds. Even with the flaws, Gil Keen is the great one, baby. Score an Eli Katz 10. Eric and Boyd gives it an 8. And Dan Alvin, the first 10 of the night from Dan Alvin. You can hear that back tire squealing out. I guess that's what convinced him it's a 10. One Slick Dude is a 9. And Eddie is an 8. And In the Skies, they're coming in the last second. 10, lots of action, lots of color. It has some problems, but covers say, buy me. And 10. And welcome, J-Rob. And let's see what the scoring is here. We have, well, my 6, which obviously I'm off. 5 8s, 3 9s, and 7 10s. 10, 14, so again, 16 there. Oops, that, and we get ourselves another 9. And this is going to be the third highest scoring 9. And that's the way it looks here with the Ghost Riders. So we got 4 issues left. All right, and let's see. We are to issue number 9.
Just in, we have a hot take from Zach. He likes the new X-Men book by Gail Simone.
Of course he does. Didn't he like Batman Cape Crusader too?
He did.
I mean, the poor boy has no taste. So,
man of 4 senses.
Yeah. Hey, anybody with a wrench in there?
Yeah,
Jay,
time them out.
We'll give you one more opportunity here. Look, Black Spider's there. You jumped the gun a little bit. Let me get the start up there. And meanwhile, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm the one who gets to start issue number 9 here. So we've got good old Ghost Rider in his final showdown with Satan. Step into my parlor, Johnny Blaze. Never out
all right.
again.
We said timeout, not block.
I leave it up to you and Maranya.
Well, I'm just saying he got timed out and then he was hidden.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh,
How was Black Spider's hidden though?
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Hold on. I didn't do it, Maranya. If you could unhide Black Spider's there.
Okay.
If you can, let's see. Message there at least, so I know he's got an 8. There we go. Thanks, Marnie. So, anyways, this one, I do really like this. Actually, the devil reminds me a little bit. If you ever played the game Cuphead, similar kind of design. Otherwise, really good stuff. You got the damsel in distress. You almost doing kind of a King Kong impersonation there. So.
Well, no, I was just gonna say hiding a user on a channel means you're blocking them from the channel. Just so you guys know that you're blocking them. So
yeah,
so that's why I tell you we're gonna give them a timeout.
Yeah. So yeah, well, one Slick Dude timed him out for quite a while there.
I know, 86,000 seconds.
86,000 seconds. I'm sure anybody wants to do the math on that one. So, anyways,
yeah.
Issue number 9 for me is getting a 10. What say you, Venkman?
I say that poor Roxanne is being seduced by the devil right there. Yeah, I read the little synopsis of these things. And I was like, what the heck? Yeah. But this guy actually looks like the devil, doesn't he? Wow. Unlike the other one, looked like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Wow. It looks like the old style, like the 1940s and stuff. You know, when you have like the generic version of Satan. Mm-hmm. So kind of like that throwback there. And he's into the giant villain reaching out. And he's driving on like the cliff there and the flames. This is a 10.
All right. And Eric.
I'll join the chorus.
All right. So our panel sweeps with the 10.
Venkman, you know what Roxanne's doing right there, don't you?
Put on the red light.
No. I was talking to hello.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be two things. See, Roxanne.
So I did.
Roxanne.
All right. So from the chat, I did see Black Spider's 8 before he accidentally got hidden and unhidden here. Glinzer gives it a 7, so he's not as enthusiastic as we are. Joe gives it an 8. Dark Admiral gives it a 9. So does BCR. In Disguise likes the cover and gives it a 9. Ice Tops comes in with a 6. Dan Alvin gives it an 8. And yes, he didn't make deals with the demon there. Zack's fine, get roasted. And let's see, Ethereal Dragon gives it a 7. And let's see, Eric and Boyd also gives a 7. Oh yes, MK, yeah. Cuphead is very hard. That was a game where I really was, trying to get good scrub. And died lots and lots of times before I think I was finally able to at least finish the big boss level on there. Let's see. Talking about trolls. One Slick Dude has a 7. And let's see. Maranya, Lemming Villain with hero riding toward him. Flames set the scene. Still needs a black background. He'll score it a hellbound 10.
So Black Spider was unhidden. Is he able to make a comment here? Because I haven't seen anything from him.
Yeah. Hopefully, Black Spider. Sorry, you accidentally got hidden there. Give us a comment there to let us know you're still alive. Yeah. And let's see. I got One Slick Dude, and then Eddie came in with a 7 here as well.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's see. 5, 7, 10, 13, 17. That time. So our total scores here, we've got a 6. We've got 6 7s. We've got 3 8s, 3 9s, and 4 10s. Yeah, let's see. So if I was doing England math, it would be, well, that 6 takes care of one of the 10s. The 3 of the 7s take out the rest of the 10s. Then you've got 2 of the 7s, the other 2 7s taking out the 9s. That leaves us with 3 8s and a 9. So this will be an 8. Let's see how it does with actual math. What do you know? It's actually an 8.2.
What you meant to say was, this has 144 2/3 chance to be an 8.
Right. More importantly, if you're not voting for the Jared Stevens Dr. Fate, even to run the poll, please vote for that. We're trying to get that going here. We got currently sitting with 3 votes for that. For some reason, people like New Mutants. You know, I don't understand it, but people do.
I wonder why people like New Mutants.
Well, what we got to tell them is with the New Mutants.
Well, let's subvert expectations and do the first 12, so it's still 80-something issues away from Deadpool.
Well, no. Well, we're doing the New Mutants. Are we doing the New Mutants that's coming out?
That'd be a quick night.
Yeah. Well, we could also do the. Well, remember though, there was a Vita Ayala volume of New Mutants that we could also
there wasn't.
Put in there. What was that, Eric?
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, there was. There was even a Brian Michael Bendis one. Nobody wants that.
Yeah. So MK, at least you at least finished the tutorial, right? So, and for those of you who don't know, if you're not gamers, there is an infamous story of a game reviewer who gave Cuphead a low score because he quote unquote couldn't finish the tutorial and thought the tutorial was broken. And it turned out that he just had to actually, God, what was it? It was basically just kind of walk the character to the right and jump up, and he completely bollocksed it up and gave the game a bad score because of that. He got roasted online for it. So, yep, game critics, especially now, are not good game players. So, all right. With that, we are on to issue number 10. We are going into our 4th round here, and so Dr. Venkman, you get to start issue number 10.
Oh, okay. You know what cover this is? This is the Ron Wilson cover. You know why I know that? Let's look at that ugly motorcycle.
Well, the ugly motorcycle and the ugly Johnny Blaze. And then whatever the hell that thing is in the middle. But it's your floor here, so please give us a score.
Well, the Hulk says smash that floor, get rid of this book. I mean, I was so excited. I'm like, oh, so this cover coming up. I'm like, oh, it's the Hulk. And then I see it's Ron Wilson on the cover. I was like, dang it. Yeah. I don't get it. You know, and then he's back to wearing the white gloves again. Like he's wearing the black or the white gloves. I don't know.
Well, he has a dinner engagement.
Must be. He's going to see Mickey Mouse. This is an 8. As much as I love the Hulk, if it was just the Hulk by himself without Johnny Blaze, it'd be better.
Okay, 8 from Venkman. Eric.
Venkman, you probably won't enjoy a good chunk of the Marvel 2-in-1 series then.
Is it all Ron Wilson?
A lot of Ron Wilson.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to give this an 8 also.
Okay, you guys are much nicer to this. It wasn't until I looked up to guess where what do you call the upper left box usually?
Yeah,
the character box or
corner box, whatever. Yeah,
the corner box. I realized, oh, that thing in the middle of the cover is supposed to be the front windscreen.
Yeah, you just figured that out. That's the first thing I thought of.
Good Lord. I'm sorry. This is the definition. At first I was going to give it a 6, but you know what? This is not average. This is below average. I'm giving this a 5.
Do you know who's really upset, though? Frank Castle. He stole his motorcycle.
Yeah, especially I'm giving this a 5 because, you think about, some of the great Hulk covers and the Hulk cover artists that we've seen, you put this cover in the hands of somebody much more dynamic, and this thing just would absolutely sing. And instead, you get this. So that's my rationale. Yeah. I know not everybody's going to agree with me. So let's see.
It's okay. They're going lower.
Yeah, let's see how much the chat hates me here. So yeah, MK, yeah, glad you saw that Zoomer article back in the day. And I'm sure remember too. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they finally do an animated series with Cuphead? I never got around to seeing it, but I think there is one.
That's a Zach question.
Yeah, Ethereal Dragon comes up with a 9, and Eddie is saying, "Hey, it's crossover time." Yep. So is this a signal that sales weren't doing well on Ghost Rider, Eric?
No. It's just, it wasn't uncommon for guest appearances. If it had been doing poorly, that would be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Glenzer and Dark Admiral both give it 10s. Okay. Ice Tops gives it an 8. He joins you. BCR gives it an 8 as well. MK has given this one a 9. Dark Admiral saying the Hulk doesn't actually appear in this story, if he remembers correctly.
That's because the dreaded deadline Doom got him, and the story that was supposed to be in 10 is in 11.
Well, I mean, I love even that you even got the tagline down there about super strength versus the supernatural, the most action-packed story of the year.
Next issue.
Yeah, you see Hulk on the cover, and then it turns out it's not in the issue at all. Wow. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Let's see. Oh, Joe gives it a 4, saying the motorcycle looks terrible. I agree. One Slick Dude is a 6 for the wraparound motorcycle and terrible perspective. Into Disguise, 7. Would have said 6, but a +1 just because of the Hulk. All right, so now we've got scores ranging from 4 to 10 on this one. Eric and Boyd gives it a 6. He doesn't like the motorcycle design either.
It is weird because I'm looking at it. Yeah. It's like it's turning to the left and on like way to the left.
Yeah. Hey, Summoner. Glad to see you. You're here for the final third, and he gives this one a 10.
Because people don't realize that's a motorcycle, not a BMX bike.
Yeah. Eddie says, agree, the bike part is not good enough. It's 8 because Hulk is such a force. All right, so another 8 there. And let's see. If your comics are singing, you might be having a stroke. Well, as long as they don't smell like burnt toast, I think you're okay. And Maranya is saying Hulk versus Ghost Rider. What the ELF? Great design, so execution, score a not so super 7.
Oh, what the elf? Okay.
Yeah. And in Disguise, yeah, I think you're right. The more you look at it, the more problems you notice. Can I change it to a 5? Sure. Let's see. You had a 7.
Let's make it to a 6. 7. I wonder.
Let me change that to a 7, and we'll. Oops. If my eraser here will work, so I can get rid of that one.
It's traumatized by all of the stuff it needs to erase on that cover.
Yeah, put it to a 5. And Joe is saying no Hulk, and he wants to change this from a 4 to a 3. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I will do that. And Dan Alvin comes in with a 6. 6, 7, 12, 14.
Is it super strength versus the supernatural? The most clickbait action story ever.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We have a 3. We have 2 5s. We have 3 6s. We have a 7. We have 5 8s. 2 9s. And 3 10s. And all of that is going to add up to issue number 10. Let me find
it. The face on that skull is just so weird looking.
It is a 7.4 and
wow.
Means 7.4, so it lands in the 7, the worst of the covers tonight.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had 3 people with 10s, 2 with 9s, and then the majority were 8s. So
don't worry, there's still 2 left. It could be better.
Well, are we going to see more Ron Wilson covers? Is that the question?
I want to assume he probably is. If he's doing that one, he's doing the next one after that because you have
No, the next one's Gil Kane.
Is it Gil Kane again? Oh, okay.
Oh, well, Gil Kane, and that means Eric Breen gets to start issue 11. A penultimate cover tonight.
Holy crap, that arm. Look at that arm, how far it is.
So this is Gil Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Superior artist.
What kind of haircut did Gil Kane give the Hulk?
The Hulk had the Sean Cassidy, Farrah Fawcett type feathered hair. I said, yeah, Hulk's hair game was on point.
I thought it was Simon Stagg haircut. Looks like a Simon Stagg haircut.
But no, I don't know. It's just it's blowing in the breeze. And like I said, it's Gil Kane plus comic book cover equals 10.
All right, a 10 from Eric. Let's see here. It's definitely better than the last one. Once again, I will note too, for this series of covers, Marvel figured out how to put word blurs in here without impacting the look of the cover. So I will applaud the design team for that. I'm still not a big fan of how Ghost Rider's getting drawn there. I do like the since this is Gil Kane, the misshapen, misformed hands. Is that right, Eric?
He's wearing the Hulk fist, you know, at Walmart.
Look, they're misshapen. They're just huge.
Yeah.
But the Hulk is huge, so that's
yeah.
And they're out farther, so I mean it's.
Well, yeah, his hands are extended out, so they should be kind of larger. So I do like that part.
Doesn't
I'm gonna give it an 8. Venkman.
I was gonna say the way he's stretching out kind of reminds me of Clayface when he stretches his arms out. I mean, when you eat the last cookie, no wonder Hulk's pissed off. I love the flame mohawk, though. I love that. The way they draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, you think it'd be like kind of like his rest side of his head would be orange too because it's on flame, all of it. But if it's just like the part of it's just doing a mohawk, flame hawk, a fire hawk, you would call it.
Wrong company.
Wrong model and everything too. Yeah, because I always think of the what's it called? The Firebirds. They call them fire chickens.
Well, there was Lorraine Riley who became, isn't it Firehawk in Firestorm?
Possibly. There's so many names or the characters I don't know about. They're like minor characters. Firebird. Might be Firebird. I think Firebird sounds more DC.
I should know this since I am a big Firestorm fan.
Is it Flamebird?
Maybe, no, Flamebird's something else, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting to this, I love how like he's shooting like his little energy beam and then it's going in. And it's how you get the title.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, still, even though that motorcycle is being pushed off to the side, we still see the freaking corner box right there. I can't escape it. I'm giving this a 9.
A 9. All right. So we got an 8, a 9, and a 10 from the panel. Let's see what the chat thinks. Yes, Ethereal Dragon, in the name of love. Once more, in the name of love. Eddie is saying it. Hey, we got another Hulk again. Ethereal thinks it looks weaker. Eddie notes the Fire Blast. And there we go. Ice Tops and Glenzer both come in with 10s, joining Eric. And Ethereal Dragon, though, says, this is only worth a 6. And BCR comes in with a 9. And In Disguise is asking, is the Hulk in the story this time? I do believe so. Excuse me, Joe gives this an 8. We get a 10 from Dark Admiral March Hare. And Maranya is saying, even with flaws, this is a much better cover than number 10. Still could use a black or dark blue background. However, she will still score a Gil Kane 10. And Eric and Boyd gives it a 9. And One Slick Dude is an 8. Hulk's hands are 3 times the size of his head to get that his arms would have to be 20 feet long. Into Disguise is also an 8, but that hairdo is a hair don't. So he does not like the feathered do there on the Hulkster. Eddie, Hulk trying to be scary. Sure you are. And he is scary as a 7.
Well, it's the old Hulk. He's got the hairstyle like that.
Yeah. Flamehawk would be a good superhero name. Could be an alter ego for Lance Archer.
The Hulk had a mohawk.
Yeah. Let's see. MK, Hulk's arms usually look big and wide. It could be the angle, but he will still give this a 9.
This, the shocking fact is that Pixel still has bigger fingers.
Dark Allen says no deals with Mephisto need to be made to ride over and smash the like button. That's true. If you have enjoyed this, please hit that like button. We really appreciate it. I know we've been up above 20 folks here tonight, and so we really appreciate it. MK, Nightwing and Flamebird, aren't they older DC characters in a bottle or something? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I know there was that one World's Finest or Batman Superman storyline where it was basically a of like Batgirl and Supergirl and Candor or something, and they took on different personas. It was some kind of like alternate universe in that first volume of Batman and Superman. They came out like in the late 90s, early 2000s or somewhere in there. Anyways, let's see. Ace guys, he doesn't like the cover when it has nothing to do with story inside. It becomes a bigger problem in the last few years. The variant covers, absolutely true. And Summoner ends off with a 10. All right. And our scoring totals is as follows. We have a 6, a 7. We've got 4 8s. We've got 4 9s. And we've got 6 10s. So we've got 16 votes in there. And that is going to be, wow, another time where we average an 8.8. So issue 11, the second Hulk and Johnny Blaze is a 9. So 6 9s tonight with 1 cover left. What will it be? And we put the stop up there, and we get issue number 12 up there, and I will lead this off as soon as I put start in the chat. There you go. Issue number 12, our last cover of the night. And we've got Johnny recreating, oh God, help me out here, Breen. Which Alfred Hitchcock movie am I thinking of?
North by Northwest.
Thank you. God, my brain has become Swiss cheese. I guess I need to start taking Focus Factor or one of those other brain supplements.
B12.
Yeah.
If you remember it.
Thank you.
It ended up like like, wasn't it supposed to take some? Oh, that's right. But
yeah. Yeah. All right. The Phantom Eagle flies again. I feel like this is the first appearance of the Phantom Eagle, but maybe not. And this time he is a real Phantom. So I love the fact he's got his gal there, sitting on his lap as he's roaring through the desert. This is a pretty darn good cover. I like her expression. We get to see some leg, and I'm going to give this a 9. Venkman, what say you?
That is a weird looking plane. At first, I thought it was the Wright brothers plane. They're going to start flapping the wings.
Yeah. No, it is. What's funny is it is a biplane, but the way that it's painted gives it the optical illusion of like there's a third wing or a third level wing.
Yeah. Man, first boss, she'd be like, really? You're going to try and save me in this ugly thing? I'll walk. I just, and they're in, I guess they're in Death Valley or something because there's a random cactus just right there.
Well, they're in the desert. I'm assuming they're in a desert or a desert-like location somewhere. So they could be in Arizona. They could be in Southern California. They could be in New Mexico or parts of Colorado, Utah, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. I'll say those gams, but it's an 8.
An 8. All right. And Eric Breen.
Okay, first, Phantom Eagle was a creation of Herb Trimpe,
Okay.
who was an aviation enthusiast and a pilot. And I believe it might have been his only full writing credit. It was an issue of Marvel Superheroes. I don't know if this is even the same character, but that's so if he flies again, that might be in reference to that, because it's been a while since I've read this.
Okay.
That said, for the North by Northwest recreation alone, I give this a 10.
A 10. All right. And see, folks, it's those little tidbits of information from Eric Breen is why you come to this channel, because nowhere else will you hear somebody that knows that the Phantom Eagle was originally created by Herb Trimpe.
Well, I don't know about that, but
The more you know.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah. All right. Our chat here. Let's see. Eddie's giving it a good laugh. Dark Admiral and bad comic reviews. Give it a 10. Okay. Yeah. This guy said, okay, everyone vote 666 just because it's the last one. Well, fortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. Ice Tops gives it a 9, followed by Glenzer with a 10. And good night, Dark Admiral. Thanks for being here. We appreciate your participation tonight. Joe is kidding, but he does actually give it an 8 for real. Eddie says, know what? I'm going to go 10. And Maranya, the last cover of Night Ghost Rider recreating North by Northwest. Great design. Still needs a black background to set off the colors. She is not going to let up on the black background. She found her hill to die on tonight. To set off the colors of figures better, score a Hitchcock 10. All right. In Disguise, 8. He would have said 9, but the curve of the ground just bothers him. Hey, sometimes there's going to be some element on a cover that bothers us. We've all been there. Let's see. Ethereal Dragon is a 7. And One Slick Dude is an 8. His comments, bullet shots coming from somewhere, but not the plane. And he's never liked this motorcycle design. I will agree with you. How long did they keep this motorcycle design with that odd, ugly-looking front portion? No. Eric stepped away.
You're asking him, but he muted himself.
No, that's a good question. I do not know.
Okay. Let's see. Eric and Boyd comes in at 9 in those gams. Yes. She's not wearing any pantyhose, folks. MK gives it a 10. And let's see. Ice Tops is agreeing with In Disguise. He sees what you mean. The ground kind of looks like butt cheeks. Sort of. I think you're stretching on that one a little bit. And,
Whoa. I just noticed something.
Yep.
Where is that other hand coming from his shoulder? If her right arm's right there.
That's a good question. And it does look like a hand. I'm trying to go, okay, no, it's something else.
It's fingers. No, it is.
Yeah, but those look like fingers, darn it. That's a really good one. Yeah, because her right arm, and that's her right hand.
I'm for that, I'm bringing my score down to a 6, man.
Seriously?
Yeah, that is just lazy if they did that on purpose. Or actually,
okay, you scored it an 8, right?
Yeah, I'm bringing it down because I just noticed that. I'm like, her right arms are there. Is your left hand just going up behind her hip in front of him?
Okay.
That is just weird.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Mariah's saying, I mean, come on. Ghost equals spooky equals black backgrounds historically. I'm going by artistic design.
Well, her left hand could be obscured by the bike. And she is in front of the shield and behind the shield.
And when did she develop these stretching powers?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because look at the way her.
How do you figure?
Her arm goes back and left, goes towards the right headlight on the right side of the screen, and then somehow
it's like tucked underneath or behind the shield.
Yeah,
that can't possibly be her left hand.
No, that's not her left hand. That's her right hand.
But look at the way that
thumb is. Yeah, that's her. That's her. Clearly, the one that's going back to the left and then in the middle of the shield. That's her right arm. So her left arm would have, the way she's angled, would have to go way up there.
Yeah, we might have to have a Venkman recreate the way she's sitting. Let's see. Joe saying,
Well, I don't got those kind of legs.
Movie Captain America motorcycle, and Joe saying, "Wait, is this AI art?"
I gotta shave my legs. I gotta get the heels and all the wig and all that stuff, and I'll be able to do it for you guys.
Yeah. Let's see. One Slick Dude saying he thinks they ditched motorcycle design around issue 25. Bad Comic Reviews thinks this clearly thing from the Addams Family. And this guy saying his right arm is way off in proportion too. He'd have to have a 6 foot long reach to reach around to be on the handlebars. An Ethereal Dragon is saying she has 2 right arms. I have to drop it to a 6. Okay, let me see. What was your score previously? Okay, so you're just dropping from a 7 to a 6. And all right, I think we're all good there.
I can't believe no one else noticed it before I did, because usually the chat's like right on that.
Yeah. So the final tally here on issue number 12, we've got 2 6s, we've got 3 8s, we've got 3 9s, and despite the freaky hands, we've got 7 10s.
Oh, it's gonna be 8 probably.
So drop down to 15 votes there, and we're going to score this one. Well, an 8.66666. So there you go, folks. There's your 666s. And that means this is a 9.
Wow.
So we end up with a truckload of 9s tonight.
That's just weird, though.
And in fact, if I can get this to scroll. I'll scroll a little bit further. All right. There is the lineup so far tonight. So 7 is real easy, and of course we'll take some chat here for any chatters that are left in there on placing these covers. We're starting out with the 8s. So Venkman, your favorite and your least favorite of the 8s.
Leave it like it is.
Okay. Eric.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And me. Well, I mean, since there's already 2 votes and 2 votes, I would like the Showdown with Satan a little bit better than the Hell on Wheels, and I would agree that the Demolition Derby is probably the least of the 8s. Let's see. And Eddie is saying the Gang is the least. I'm not sure. Are you talking about the Hell on Wheels one there? But despite that, right now we're going to leave the 8s the way they are. The ones where we definitely can use your participation is in the 9s, because we've got 7 9s tonight. So, Eric, your favorite and least favorite of the 9s?
I think the shoot. I want to say my favorite one is Ghost Rider and Stuntmaster coming out of the
Zodiac?
Spin the Farmer's Wheel. And my least favorite probably the one with Satan with the abs.
Oh, Satan with the abs. All right. Venkman.
Oh, let's see here. Whew. Best being the George Stacy one. Right there.
Okay.
The worst. Ooh. North by Northwest.
Okay. All right. And me. And hey, good night, Joe. And good night, One Slick Dude. Thanks for being here. Maranya saying her favorite is the big red guy. Ooh, so that's got 1 and 1. I'm not quite sure where to put that. So I'll stick that one right there for now. And least favorite is the Cyclops monster. That's my least favorite too, to be honest. Let's see. And if I'm going to give a favorite, I think I'm going to give the edge to the George Stacy, the three faces of Ghost Rider here. It's a really striking cover. So I mean, so right now we've kind of got it like this with those four. Venkman, would you change any of the order of like the remaining three?
Which three are you looking at here? The Hulk,
Hulk, Roulette, and the North by Northwest here.
I'd say leave it like it is.
Okay. Eric, how do you feel?
Works for me.
Okay. And then, of course, we got just the 110, which I believe that was the first issue. So another case where the first issue is the best issue. And I honestly, going through the first 12, I would still agree with this. I think this is actually the best of the first 12, just because of the way it introduces the character and just how eye-popping. You know, you really almost feel like that motorcycle is about to leap out of the cover and run.
You really feel like it's slippery and wet.
Yeah, something like that.
Bon Jovi, bro.
Yeah. But let me ask you, since we do have a little bit of time here left before we need to wrap up, what of the 12 is your favorite cover of the night?
Well, for me, actually, it is the number 10, the 10 super awesome one. When you showed off, that's my favorite. Yeah.
So issue number 1 here. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric, which was your favorite cover of the night?
Number 1.
Okay. So clean sweep there with number 1. All right. Well, thank you, panel. Appreciate it. And again, thank you, everybody, the chat out there. We really appreciate your participation. There were some great chats going on tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed the stream. And again, if you're watching afterwards, thank you again for choosing to watch our video here. And please leave your comment, leave your ratings in the comments below. Be sure to click that like button as well and click the bell for notification. We really do appreciate it.
Also, if you're on your phone, make sure you go into YouTube settings in the little gear there and make sure that you're actually is checked on. It says you'll receive notifications for YouTube.
Absolutely. And of course, again, if you do want to help out the channel, super chats and super stickers are always welcome. But if you want to show a little love as well, you can always drop $1 in the Ko-Fi bin with the address there being ko-fi.com/Englandine from I Love Comics.
Yep. Put a little love in your heart and then also into this Ko-Fi bin. The world would be a better place.
Yep. So once again, come back tomorrow night. We'll have another cover, I believe. I don't know which one we're doing quite yet, but it's always a surprise and it's always a lot of fun. Venkman, I know you have the Geeky Puppet Show channel. What do you guys have coming up over there?
Well, we do our weekly Thursday nights as follow-up stream to our Tuesday night streams, which are both at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Best of the week is tomorrow night. We'll be showing off our comic book hauls from this week. And that can include new comics and also include back issues as well.
All right. And Eric, I know you've, of course, taken over as America's guest on podcast. So where are you showing up next?
Hanging out with my son tomorrow night.
All right. You'll be able to see Eric and Dr. Venkman there over on the Geeky Puppet Show tomorrow night.
And that heathen Zack, who probably has an X-Men #1.
Well, I thought he was out of town.
Well, he was before. I don't know if he's going to be here for Thursday, though. He came back on Monday. So he was in your neighborhood, though.
All right. Well, thank you again, Venkman. Thank you again, Eric, for being on the panel. Really appreciate it and appreciate your insights.
And are we taking bets to see if E's going to be back tomorrow for the cover rankings?
Good question. I think he will be back tomorrow. Oh, that's right.
What are the odds?
You still do have time to vote in the poll for the one of the future comic cover streams.
Let's get that Jared Stevens going.
Well, we beat Wally West.
Yep.
Yeah. Currently, New Mutants is on top with 37%, followed by Nightwing. Good God, Jared Stevens, Dr. Fate being tied at 23%, and poor old Wally bringing up the rear at 17%. So there you go. Most likely, we will be seeing New Mutant covers in the future. But once again, thank you everybody for coming out, and have a good night.
Good night, kids.
Good night there, little LK.
Good night, Venkman.